Hello. Today I want to share with you one of the funniest Slavoj Zizek clips that I saw, and perhaps even the funniest Žižek clip that I saw. At least to me personally, it's the funniest. But there is also a underlying point to it that I want to analyze, and I want to tell you my take on this Žižek video. But first, I want to show you the video. So let's watch the video.
To postavljamo ovo obravnava što je ključni tako.
You come in? Žižek, of course. Ha 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 ha. It means welcome to welfare, to socialist wealth. Good, honest guy. This is just for people who come to be shocked and hopefully to get out.
So that is why you have it. You have it so that when people open the door, they go,
Yeah. There is a small hope that, that I will get rid of them. That's the only function.
Has it ever worked?
Yeah.
Really?
As a matter of fact, yeah. Some people were actually offended. My big worry is not to be ignored, but to be accepted. When I appear to be sarcastic and so on, the point is not to take seriously. What is not to be taken seriously is the very form of sarcasm. It's the form of the joke which masks the fact that I'm serious. But people still have this idea that this guy did some big crimes and so on. No? Of course, it's not as simple as that. I mean, that I'm simply a Stalinist. That would be crazy, tasteless, and so on. But obviously, there is something in it that it's not simply a joke. When I say the only chance is that the left appropriates fascism and so on and so on. It's not a cheap joke. The point is to avoid the trap of the standard liberal oppositions, freedom versus totalitarian order, discipline, and so on, to rehabilitate notions of discipline, collective order, subordination, sacrifice, all that. I don't think this is inherently fascist.
Okay, what I want to say, on this point, Žižek makes an interesting point. I mean, of course, other than his first point, that he's just joking and that all of this is a provocation, but he says, the leftists kind of, they lack this like epic vision that they used to have in the past. They lack this kind of epic demand that was so attractive about communism, that tells you sacrifice everything for the cause. I mean, today leftism is generally just about I don't know. It's not about big things. It's not about creating a utopian society, and often it is just about preventing the right wing parties from taking away individual freedoms that already exist. So it is not a revolutionary, not a truly revolutionary movement that that can attract so many people. And also Žižek later makes the point that this is his way of trolling woke people. But I'll talk more about it later.
Often friends tell me, but why do you provoke people unnecessarily? Why don't you simply say what you mean? That of course you are against fascism, but blah, blah, blah. I tell them, yes, this is good as an abstract, theoretical, not even theoretical, intellectual, whatever statement. But it doesn't work like that. For example, concerning Stalinism. My God, I've probably written more about Stalinism, about its most horrible aspects, than most of the people who reproach me with Stalinism. And that's my wager here, that, sorry, the only way to get the message, if you say, of course I'm against fascism, there are just some attitudes which were traditionally even more to the left, but fascism appropriated them, blah, 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 I think it doesn't have the desired precise political effect. It enables the liberal consensus to reappropriate it. You must say it with this excess.
Okay, so yeah, so what I wanted to say is that Žižek in this video explains to us that he actually has a Stalin poster in his home as a way of rebelling against the neoliberal consensus, and he's at the same time trolling woke people, because Stalin truly wasn't a woke person. He made rape jokes. I mean, in some aspects, you could say he was. I mean, he was pro gender equality, anti-colonial, and stuff like that. But he was definitely into like old school macho conservative values. And compared to Trotsky, he believed in stable family structures, while Trotsky wanted to, for example, take the children away from the parents and have them educated and raised by the state, essentially, like Plato argued in his Utopia. Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, yeah, I appreciate, definitely, I like the dark humor that Žižek uses in this video, and yeah, I also think that people on the left should like edgy humor and dark humor, and that's why I love Žižek so much. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I get his deeper point, and his deeper point is essentially that he's doing it as a rebellion against this consensus that there can be a better system than capitalism, and or at least a better system than this form of liberal capitalism that we have today. And he he even famously said in an interview that the greatest triumph of capitalism was actually convincing people that it is easier to imagine end of the world than the than the end of capitalism, because yeah, people truly do just see the end of capitalism as something that could only take us back to the feudal times, or something that could just repeat the same mistakes of fascism and Stalinism. But Žižek also makes the case that Stalinism, even despite its flaws and despite the fact that it's a totalitarian, tyrannical system, still carries the spirit of the French Revolution in it. And what I mean by that? Well, this idea that all humans are equal and that they should be more equal is still present even in Stalinism, while it is not present in fascism, and therefore I do see Stalinism as less harmful than fascism. And here I agree with Slavoj Zizek, actually. And I appreciate the edgy humor and just his very actually his trolling skills are actually perfect in this clip.